The Tale of Liora and the Starlight Crown. The village and Liora's life. Long ago, in a quiet village nestled between rolling meadows and the deep, whispering silverwood forest, there lived a gentle young girl named Liora. Her eyes sparkled like morning dewdrops, and her heart was as pure as freshly fallen snow. Though she was kind to all creatures, great and small, Liora's life was far from easy. Her father had passed away, leaving her in the care of her stepmother and 2 stepsisters. They were proud, vain, and cold, treating Liora not as family but as a servant in her own home. Every day she woke at dawn to fetch water, sweep floors, scrub laundry, and prepare fine meals she was never allowed to taste. Her clothes were ragged, her hands rough from endless work, yet her spirit remained unbroken. When she felt weary, she found comfort in small joys, feeding the sparrows that perched on her windowsill, humming soft songs to the mice in the walls, or whispering dreams to the old willow tree that grew in the garden. The villagers rarely saw her, but they spoke in hushed tones about the girl with the golden heart. She has so little, and yet her smile is like sunshine after rain, they said. The royal proclamation. One crisp autumn morning, as leaves of crimson and gold danced on the breeze, a royal messenger rode into the square. Unfurling a golden scroll, he declared, "By order of His Majesty the King, a grand festival shall be held at the palace. Beneath the starlit sky, the prince shall choose a companion to rule by his side." The square erupted with excitement. Young maidens dreamed of gowns and dances, while merchants boasted of silks and jewels to sell. At the manor atop the hill, Liora's stepsisters squealed with delight. "Oh, sister," cried the eldest, admiring herself in a gilded mirror, "surely the prince will choose me." "Nonsense," replied the younger, "he will fall in love with my beauty." They laughed cruelly when Liora whispered, almost to herself, "I would like to see the stars above the palace gardens." Her stepmother sneered, "You, at the palace? Ridiculous. Your place is here with the ashes and the dust, the night of terrors and the Starlight Guardian." The festival night arrived. Liora helped her sisters into gowns of velvet and lace, pinned jewels into their hair, and watched as their carriage rattled away. Left behind, she wandered into the garden where the willow tree stood. Its branches swayed like gentle arms ready to embrace her sorrow. She sank to the ground, tears slipping down her cheeks. "Why must kindness go unseen?" she whispered. A soft glow stirred among the branches. Starlight fell upon the grass like silver rain. From the light stepped a radiant figure, her robes shimmering with constellations, her eyes bright as the moon. "I am the Starlight Guardian," the woman said, her voice like wind over water. "Do not weep, child of starlight. Your kindness has been seen." With a wave of her glowing wand, magic swirled like a gentle storm. Liora's tattered dress shimmered into a gown woven from midnight itself, its hem twinkling with tiny stars that danced as she moved. Upon her brow appeared a delicate crown of light, its radiance rivaling the brightest star. At her feet, worn shoes turned into crystal slippers, clear as moonlit ice. The guardian touched a pumpkin, and it grew and shifted into a golden carriage. White doves descended, their feathers gleaming, to pull it. "Go, dear one," said the guardian, "but remember, when the clock strikes 12, the magic will vanish, as fleeting as a shooting star." The Festival of Stars. The palace was bathed in lantern light, fountains sparkling, music filling the air. When Liora entered, all voices hushed. She seemed to have stepped out of the heavens themselves. The prince, weary of false smiles, saw her and felt his heart stir, not just for her beauty, but for the quiet kindness in her eyes. He bowed deeply. "May I have this dance?" Liora's smile outshone the stars. They danced across the marble floor as though time had stopped. Her laughter rang like bells, warming even the coldest hearts. The prince felt as though he had known her forever. Her stepsisters, watching from the sidelines, whispered in envy, "Who is she? How dare she steal the prince's gaze?" But Liora heard none of it. For a few precious hours, she belonged among the starlight, the midnight escape. The great clock began to toll. 1, 2, 3, Liora gasped. The stars on her gown flickered. She remembered the guardian's warning. "Forgive me," she whispered, pulling away. She fled down the staircase, her slippers echoing against marble. In her haste, one slipped from her foot, landing with a chime like glass. The carriage whisked her away, vanishing into the night as the last stroke of 12 faded. Her gown became rags once more, and she sat by the willow tree, breathless, clutching the memory of a single perfect night. The search for the star maiden. The prince could not rest. Holding the crystal slipper, he declared, "Whichever maiden fits this shoe, she is the one my heart seeks." He traveled through villages and towns, but the slipper fit no one. At last, he reached Liora's manor. The stepsisters tried first, twisting and forcing their feet. "It must have shrunk," wailed the eldest. "This silly shoe is broken," cried the youngest. As hope began to fade, the prince noticed Liora lingering quietly in the shadows. "You have not tried," he said gently. Her stepmother scoffed. "She is a servant, nothing more." But the prince held out the slipper. With trembling hands, Liora slid her foot inside. It fit as if it were made for her alone. And in that moment, the prince knew, not because of the slipper, but because of the light in her eyes, the same gentle spirit he had seen at the festival. A new dawn. The kingdom rejoiced as Liora and the prince were wed in a ceremony filled with laughter, music, and flowers. She forgave her stepsisters, whose hardened hearts began to soften in time. As princess, she ruled not with pride but with compassion. The villagers loved her dearly, for she never forgot where she came from. And on clear nights, when stars glittered over the silverwood forest, parents would tell their children, "Look there, the brightest star, that is Liora's crown," a reminder that kindness is the greatest magic of all. Moral of the story: true beauty is not in crowns or gowns, but in the kindness of the heart and the courage to keep shining in darkness. The end. If you're loving what you're watching, don't forget to smash that like button. It really helps us out. We'd love to hear what you think. Drop a comment and smash that subscribe button for more fun with Suka Shorts. You really don't want to miss out on all the awesome fun we've got planned. Love you all tons.